Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. This is book two, a sequel, 623 pages, 66 chapters. It is a romantasy and Dragon School with Magic. So, this focuses a little bit less on the dragons and the individuals at the War College and more on the wider world. So, it starts off with the giant cliffhanger from book one, and I'm going to try not to reveal anything, but there is a lot of family drama, right? The mom, the sister, the main character, they're all at odds and they all disagree on how things go forward. So, this is a nation at war, and this is a struggle in that the main character has only finished her first year in the war college. This is a deadly war college where, the survival rate is like, I don't know, like a third of recruits get just don't make it through. And so this is pretty intense, and the war college is run by the main character's mother. So she's very strict, very hard on the whole family, and hence a lot of the disagreements and that kind of thing. But the main character is in a bonded pair. So her dragon that she bonded with, that gives her the magic, or channels the dragon's magic, is bonded with another dragon. And so they are a pair, and if one dies, the other does. So they're kind of connected, but then they also have to be near each other. And so that makes this a long distance relationship. The bonded pair, the other rider, he just graduated and got sent to the front line. So it's supposed to be every 3 or 4 days, but they kind of push the limits here and make it more like 6 or 7 as almost a punishment. And so, the administrator that is currently in charge or under the general is very harsh and very doesn't get along with the main character, so that causes some conflict. The main character has a frail body. I don't remember the exact name. I don't think they actually do named the disease, but it's like can get injured very easily, very fragile bones and muscles, that kind of thing. So one of the abilities that the dragons can provide is mending, so she's constantly getting healed by these menders. This is a survival course, year two. They bonded with the dragons, they have these really cool abilities, and now there's this survive out in the wilderness kind of aspect to it. So that's super tough, and they expect a lot more critical thinking in battle brief and that kind of thing. So there are some things that I really liked. I liked that there was more of the lesser magic, right? There's the primary signet you get, the main characters is lightning, but I really liked that the lesser magic was more brought into this, and even some focus on runes, which were super cool. So about every 2 or 3 chapters, there's like a major cliffhanger to get you to keep reading. So if you like that aspect of thrillers or mysteries, then this book is for you. If that bothers you, that might be a hurdle. But again, if you didn't like the first book, I wouldn't recommend this one. But it is a lot of fun. It's split into two pieces. There's book one and book two. Book one, I had to struggle through just a little bit, but once I hit book two, about halfway, I couldn't put it down. This was an excellent book, great story, lots of world building, and really there was only two steamy romance parts. So if that bothers you or you couldn't get through that, that's something to note. This is something the whole family, right? There's the siblings and the mom and just all that. It all comes to a head, and I really like some of the dichotomy in that dragons aren't the only providers of magic. There is the Griffin Riders and also the quote unquote bad guys who can draw power from the earth or drain power from the earth. And so I really liked that now she's a second year, and the first years, right, they have a high expiration rate. So they constantly is saying, don't learn the first year's names. And of course, what does she do? She learns a bunch of first year's names. I liked the hidden royalty. That was a really cool aspect. I was super nervous because of adding new characters, right? Fodder for getting killed off. But this is supposed to be quite a series. I think an interview I saw online was supposed to be like 5 books, so there's still a chance. But yeah, there's going to be a movie. I think this would make an excellent movie. The first one, at least. The second one, I don't know, but the first one would make a perfect movie. There's lots of world building, the lesser magic, and really if you could sum up this entire book into one sentence, it would be squad goals with dragons. That's it. That's all. That's what I should have opened with. But yes, the squad, the gang gets back together. They're finally on good terms. It takes a lot longer than it should, but I guess that was a reveal, but not a major one. The squad is thrown into both the survival wilderness challenge, but also the interrogation challenge. So there's lots of that they have to work together. And really, the only thing I didn't like was there's a little bit of a slow part, and the world building is superb, but it does get in the way a little bit of the story. So there was a slow part. But other than that, it was a lot of fun. It's what you would expect from a long distance relationship. So that played in there nicely. I really didn't have much to say negative about this. It really flew by. I couldn't stop reading it. It was a great book. The story is captivating. I really like that it's a split not only among the humans but also among the dragons. So very cool, very unique, very creative. This book is a lot of fun. Give it a read and remember to buy your books used or digital.